at Wickett's Red Barn on Skyline, close to Bear Gulch Road.
One that they're fixing into.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were freezing. The fog was in, normal June day, and I think they were open, Saturday and Sunday, and no one came. The next year, Verna Littlechild took it over, and that was in 63. 62, I guess, was the first year they had it in June. The 63, I can't remember that. I think they had it in August in 63. I know it wasn't over Labor Day because I made that decision when I took it over in 64. But in 63, they had, I guess, a mailing list of 20 people, and maybe 15 of those people were residents up here. And as I remember, the Pine Needle Group was involved in that. Romel Fowler, Verna Littlechild, Wilda Mason, the old group that was up here. And there wasn't much offered. And when I got this mailing list, I took a look at it, and I thought, some people would bring something like 50 small paintings, and somebody else would bring 50 small sequence ice waters, or something like that. And since I had been managing an art gallery down in Ladera, Gallery House, I thought, when I took it over in 64, maybe I could ask these people to give me some of their paintings to hang. It was an art show, not a craft show, an art fair. Only paintings, that was all we had. And the facilities over there were pretty bad because the first year that I took it over in 64, the people from the Crystal Springs Rehab Center came up, and we had to carry them in their wheelchairs. Some had no arms and legs, and they were all incapacitated. And I remember Roger Woodruff carrying wheelchairs with these people up these staircases, and the staircase must have been, 2.5 feet wide. And there was straw on the floor downstairs. If somebody had dropped a cigarette, we had all been in trouble. And it was a rickety old barn that Elmo Allen was using as a machine shop.
You had to scrape grease off the floor.
So we got in there and scraped the grease and the oil off the floor and put on this little dinky art fair, and hardly anyone came.
Yeah.
I think that first year I took it over, I can't answer for the other art fair that was there previously. We made, I think, $75 profit, and that was 10% of what we took in, which I thought was a miracle. It really was, because it was dinky, and who knew where we lived? No one knew this. This was before it was a scenic highway, and no one knew where Skyline was. Anyway, we did attract enough people so that we made $75 off of the food booth. It was run by Margaret Law and Ruth Harder, and off the sales of the painting. And then the second year, 65, we still had it there. The next year, Elmo Allen said, "No way. I will not let you ladies come in and clean out my place, because I've got several machines I have to repair." So there was that one year that we didn't have it. The firehouse wasn't ready yet. And then it was in 66, I guess. We skipped 64, or 65, 66. We could hold it up at this new building of ours. Then we'd hang all the paintings on stud walls. And we had something like, I bet you, 500 paintings in that building, upstairs and downstairs. But little by little, people wanted to be outside, and each year I get a little more organized. So one year, oh boy, I went up there at something like 7 in the morning on Saturday when we were about to open, and there were cars lined up almost to Kings Mountain Road because the place was closed. We didn't allocate spaces to the craftsmen, and it was first come, first served. At 7 o'clock in the morning, there must have been a string of maybe 50 cars.
It was like the old
They would blow a whistle. Okay, folks, it's 8 o'clock, pick your space. All these people would be running through the woods like crazy, and they got their own spaces. And I took a look at this. It looked like the Oklahoma land rush. Took a look at this thing, and I thought, oh boy, next year it's got to be organized.
Yeah. When was the first year really caught on, or is it just kind of a gradual thing?
Well, it was a gradual gain throughout the years. I think the first big gain of maybe a $3,000 jump was the year I gave the fire brigade $9,000. What happened to the profits before I gave the fire brigade that initial $9,000? It all went into the building fund, into the building. All the, I suppose, 10 years of art fair profits was just turned right over to the building, so we could finish them.
Building out. Yeah.
But then all of a sudden there was that 9,000. Then from there on it jumped up.
It was 9 one year, and it was 12 the next. It jumped about 2 or 3,000 every year for a while.
And 3 and 4.
Yeah. But it's kind of a climbing curve.
And that has to stop. I'm sure it's going to level out sometime. I thought it was going to level out this year at 20,000. Yet we made 23.
Like part of that was